offer you me offer you ene abusuafo Kofi Prince more Brampton Canada enwumre mutie yen Kofi Prince only offer you me mamu nyina adwo moncha makonta nso so mame monka nche ne se mechia no teacher owura osuso me mo adwo ewo takwa enyinase mamu nyina adwo ba bia utie me bia ene eye menu aba Mary and Gloria Obia Obin Gloria and Obia happy birthday yame yeshira ama wa afia ka ona ho yame inshira papa na me ye Romani ma paidie ese na me kase na ye All Souls Day timo amutimi call asori na mo kokobọ mpaye de ma busuafo namfo no ma ono adi kan no da mu nyina ase papa no masofo no nyina da mu nyina ase. May the souls of the faithful departed through the mercies of God rest in perfect peace. Enti edamu nyina so ase. Achara no pa nyame ya adoma ya wada 5:30 ayafa okasa funino eto United Television na hwe Live Truth Live Catholic. Live Truth Live Catholic. Echina ibedi nkomo. Nyame ya adoma amache no ibedi nkomo. China menim se Father Justin bebade ya oba menene ibedi nkomo anopa no na ya hwese ne enema ebisi akro. Sabrede politics into the platform and my name abedwafo ahihya ye de ebrewo ye ba bedi nkomo komo no so Ghana ho komo no fa Ghana ho ide na chese ye bedi pa medical kacha mo se ene Dr. Gideon Boakon, economic advisor, and also spokesperson, vice president, Republic of Ghana. And you may meneno ebe chichen komonedi in komono archaeology to zoology. Bibia ebe can be waha. Football crowd can be or becani nebi. Bibia ebe can be ne answer na was referee. But quickly before I call Dr. Gideon Boakon and name brand but I will just use about 5 minutes to do my take. My take this evening. Honorable Kwesi Amoako Atta. Enwumre mahu MPP for ibi omo isi. Omo se of Amoako Atta ye disciplinary committee and answer the complaints there be ade no ha mame hwe ni ye. Me mpese megwa. MPP for mo ho nwanwa. Mame hwe ba bia of Amoako Atta da no. Na nsa na ma address ni ye. Ofa Kwesi Amoako Atta. Ewa henfa. There be any research ho. Disciplinary committee. Honorable Kwesi Amoako Atta, chairman. Members Dr. Gladys Nole Ashite, Mabel Sapon, Robert Kutin Jr. Chama Kutin. Engineer Kwesi BSc, Honorable Patrick Boama, Honorable Sheila Bartels, Kweku Osesare. So no. And communication for us baby. And you communication for Tenamaha. Kwesi Amoako Atta Tenamaha. Of Amoako Atta. Me person be so asem ki to ebi o we dey ani die mu a anya bia road contractors na omusika akam ebi mfie num ebi mfie miensa emfie nsia ne de brosa no enti mu betua sika na ma omo a mu betua sika na pepepe anase mo de interest beka ho ha me enti mpese mi hu ofa onim se Cote d'Ivoire ya senia construction home ratie more bibi am friend say delay on payment to said more bibi or the contractor for them testament me refi bro for no kakra the ene say so raise interim payment certificate na 90 days ye ntua kana mawa ade achi bia ye charge aban say they want ntua aban ne VAT any NHIL any communication service tax returns no one fan kwa that could be a better so no ye ma penalty no sana mra ne tie contractor ye adwuma emfie miensa emfie mienu emfie nine emfie num ebi kra de free man penda da ma abreso be si sabri yentua eti mo betua sika no a mo betua na said the sika no contract sam no a pepepe certificate no a de buy no a pepe knowing very well the value of money over time enti me fan say some the contractor ka 20 million more than ka 10 million more than ka 15 million more than ka 5 million afia twamfie mienu twatu mo betua mfie mienu no a na anya bia ni da so ho mpo se mo betua de number 2 no number 3 Ofama kwata na no eja me man Sadat ya ne nenam ye hwehwe ne ma bia na me kopie document bi so me yam hye me pa anti me te ase de enti a amanfo ani abre se kenofuri ata no enyina di no den na road minister o sign o document o memo a wo waye where contractors be a 10 11 Nanaya Okese moma na 5 million. Dr. Gideon Boako on the PhD holder and Mofa Krankan on the 7 million. Moma na 7 million. Patricia Sifa Fisher on no officer ne kwanwa. Monfa bin kano o de Patricia o de moma na 6 million. Sadat Mohammed on what akwete ma and moma na 3 million. Elizabeth Ejin ono Lizzie or a young girl onyeska untimi moma na 500,000. Samuel Apia Owari Enche onyeska back on manju de moma na 4 million ana bibi etisa. Ofama kwata why sadie we pepepe wa hihye ne fe afei sa memo no kokodru finance for do omo pe e na atua sika ne se ne omo pe no asma make me say finance ministry mo se me boa mo me challenge me say de make na me boa na yenyi document ni pie se me boa asma make den na road minister timi ka say company so and so company ba kwa na de me yapa 6 million Ghana cedis and a road minister allocate man ewie mutua 17 million and a man me boa mo ka say me boa mutua 17 million Ghana cedis and a de man no. Meanwhile now road minister can say mo man 6 million omo ye ka say mo 1 million 2 million 3 million 5 million ebesin ne enne of our science document no 3 months na bay 1 million yentua manipa no 3 million yentua 2 million yentua obi 6 million what me anya 17 million Ghana cedis e de amasa nipa no na mo yesa eye kum church Jesus Christ are watching you the mo ye no Jesus Christ are watching you ye gitum sika ni ho obi aho kire no na me say sie nyina ye adwuma na ye say adwuma na ye no national service obi anyi sika metiase I'll go all out me ye de sese me ye na momo when no beka kire me say sika ni ho ye nyina ye no nzi otwepe na nso so ye nyina ye fasten no wo fa kire say wo ko washroom a why ye gobe e de asi washroom a wo kwa akodi wo washroom ho ne de mentiase ma and now wo from akwata so dey ha me wo ho ne say wo no a wo ye sector minister wo no wa ye o memo no finance for no de o mutumi tua contractors a o mo pe and o de o mutumi tua de no wa ye afa ho de no wa ka afa ho e de no wa ka afa ho. In fact say unim contractor bia o ye government project pacho frɛ no keke na hwe so obetimi afa frɛ no say otimi fa bisa ne say adwuma mu tesɛn Oma packing video ne go. Oma packing video ne go because contractors no. Omo niska bi ada ba bia o. Omo sika na omo di adwuma no. Eye sika kakra bi omo kokobo no bosia because they say aban we buy on twa mobilization. Enka first contractor nya adwuma ya man mobilization. And a contractor for no bi susu ma boni nti. Omo je mobilization na no omo adi. Omo nko site wo kra. Omo nkompo. And omo ko possess site no ma ya adwuma nti aban twam. Laudable decision. Na fe de ba ne sen na contractor kope bosia e de sha aban adwuma ase. No ye adwuma no adu mfimfini wa raise certificate. Mon fasika no ma no nto adwuma no so a na akwa akwa bibie ho. Enti kakra na wo ye no no agya no ne nsu ato na ase kwan ni nyina na ya sa kope bosia foforo na ya sa de ba meanwhile de oye kwan dada no ye ntua ne ka. Ofa mo akwata aden. Dear someone, dear pa na ye between Ministry of Roads and Highways and the Finance Ministry ho. Na sadie we say no Finance Ministry ho na memeka no. On certain bia ye ka ye the initial politicians. Ye the initial politicians and rightly so. Mo na tumi no kuta mo. Na mom say omo a matter of Finance Ministry kamo de money be di akira kamo bo hu se civil servants didi gu maboji sem. Ada se mo no masoma mo anase ndie yenim ndie ntimi nka se mo na masoma wo mo ni ade but ebeya me nsusu mi hu beya me nwanwa se meti hey na Patricia se fa Fisher da bia oba no aba be ayi bia ope ba no aba be de ope me nsusu me se me na me host of the platform no born within the show no nsusu me nsusu me nka hwe Mesrew of Akwasiam Akwanta November ni eru yi November so wa ma contract sisika December de nya de omoni behwe kwan because ende wuntua ende minim na mom me pa cho ochina no pa ya mo nkohwe se wo last memo na wo ye ko finance ministry si entua contractors na kana sign no mo nsaka o musika sign no mo nsaka mo de say 50 million amonya mo nche no kakra no obi anya kakra no onfanya ne half because kroma he obi aho chebe no na say contractor ba ko no mama ne bia 50 million one man 50 million meti ase ebi mo aban di mo ka 600 million 300 million any ade mo man 50 million kan say hwe ba sa bra ye wo mu nye bra ye tam 100 million no ya allocate ama woni nyina de ma contractors mienu ye nya ne sa wa bra nketenkete no bi wo ho so a omo so na makrum ye de mo hwe ni ye o mo hwe ni ye na bosomo ana no hyepa no odene pa no wo fa wa omfa dede bosomo a wo nam no omfa dede na fa nipa omfa dede mfa akom boko woni ni gina ho ana osresre no wo hwe wanim no osresre asen koma a wudi na ende na koma ba na sa bosom no omfa bone nche the Ghanaian electorate sa no motie o ye no no hwe because on timi nka hwe no hwe ontimi nka hwe no hwe but 4 years na de ebeso atemu dan beba Dr. Gideon Boakwa Atenase beba
Susu bribi pabi Abwagana Nakana beyo Eyo efemeni waro
na Dr. Gideon Boakwa hide mo nim say den a medi nkomo e de afa sikasem ho ene Ghana na no fellow Ghanaians ene 12-point agenda ene ne ma ye betimi aye ba bia ye duri ba ne sen ne ba bedu ha ne ade but also me introduce no me ka say den economic advisor vice president Republic of Ghana and no science spokesperson ono a me Gideon de minim no waben pa Gideon ode waben ene ye bedi nkomo but mo kai we say sa de we.
You will recall that I stated in 2014 that if the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you.
The Ghana cedi has obtained the dubious distinction of being the weakest performing currency in Africa at this point in time. Interestingly, the NDC Green Book claims exchange rate stability as one of their unprecedented achievements. In an open economy with market determination of prices, exchange rate movements are the most important indicator of underlying macroeconomic fundamentals. As the saying goes, when in doubt, observe the exchange rate. The lesson from history for governments is that you cannot manage the economy with propaganda. In fact, you can engage in all the propaganda you want, but if the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you.
Yeah, what's the way na etu no? So, and no dem di carbon year 2014. And we in 2019. Yes, madam.
You will recall that I stated in 2014 that if the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. That was true then, and it is true now. It is 100% correct. So if the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. But it is warped logic to jump from that to a conclusion that if there is depreciation in their currency, then the fundamentals must be weak. Do you understand the logic? It is very warped logic. If the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. But if the exchange rate moves, you cannot jump to that conclusion that the fundamentals are weak. That defies logic. That defies logic. There could be other external factors causing the exchange rate depreciation. Data on the annual rate of depreciation of the cedi in recent years shows that the worst performance so far under the MPP government, the 8.4% depreciation that we saw in 2018, that worst performance is better than the best performance under the previous government between 2012 and 2016. So our worst is better than your best. And then you say boot for boot. This one is more like boot for Chalewote.
Nah, no, Papa, we. We need to from come. We. Enti, Mampenia Bedi actually in 2014 and in 2019. Okay. And then you may what Dr. Gideon Boakon. Ewa hasi. Doc. Majo.
Yeah.
Now what is saying? Oh yeah pa. Yeah the radiasi. Yeah the radiasi. Na enema te saying.
Chamiadum bibia aboko.
Yeah the nyamiasi.
Akadiaka.
Ona so Kazama Vice President Republic of Ghana.
Yo.
Okay. The entire me person me and the medical share for boss me your first question with the peripheral issues. Mahu picture be Vice President Afro African World Airline. Our a recent picture.
And yeah. So me free tamale nebo.
And they are sir. Adamo de awane ko
Yes, you call tamale call and then Northern Development Authority. Donor conference. So abanya kakra projects are abanya shas here under the development authority no. Aumunya wie no. Donors be abacha abanya or the ebe sa projects nyina.
Okay.
Then Vice President call launch sa projects no. Ti free and cry we abes dumie no. And they call Northern Region. Ti me free tamale be drew ya me see airport ya na. Be to make about studio.
Na ene dem the commercial flight na.
Oh, Vice President what for commercial flight pa.
Sir,
by name so the Africa World na call but yeah ban there. I know of Africa World me nya passion into nyina ya nko the same flight mo.
Hey.
It's not new. I mean, Vice President Baumi, Ghana for a time for commercial flights for Ghana. And he say a lot of the time, yeah, Kokumasi, Tamale, all of that. Yeah, tie you see commercial flight. Yeah.
Money more why? Baby, you do it here. Money more why?
At 2+.
Dr. Gideon Boakon, has the exchange rate exposed your government?
Oh, but that's it. But this how play audios be.
Makan some chroma.
Maybe I should be team I could be.
Yeah.
Former energy and as a power minister.
Congo.
You come right on call.
Congo.
No, I refer journalists and say the Uncle Busapo. Yes. Basically, I think the fundamental issue is exchange rate market. You know, one who's in the city, you know, is so sensitive now. And no who effects, you know, affecting no matter until a lot of the time, you know, it's this. I mean, general, kind of a slogan and that's a masm among economists. It's not something that is empirically ascertained, but it's a general jargon. A juma bia okoma omo bro from kakra bia informally ya omoka so amongst the economists it's so common to hear one person tell the other that if you want to see the health of the economy, watch the currency or I say the exchange rate. Some of them mention us, and that's basically what it is. But idea about consumer, and you can see a rare finish. Economists for no so kasa. I know more French phrase beyond what I use. I'm kind of says a ceteris paribus, and I'm a exactly. And I just say all
other things being equal. Ceteris paribus.
And a lot of the time, say economists be tried. Sometimes on state say all other things being equal, but it's assumed that that they are subject to certain other things being equal. And this we develop model mathematically or more statistics in economics or optimization optimizing model a lot of the time you just put a note down be subject to certain constraints subject to the fact that they be S plus 1 not greater than 1 or what I mentioned within a certain range and those conditions are there. It is it's easy for you to say, person who's economy near party exchange rate.
Sure.
What I mentioned, I say. It is the same thing saying, person who's a school now or kono. Obono home de pa share resource. Kada say we tell the American. And say akra de okọ school no try exam sir. You obe twa no.
E na be kire
say akra no. Wa be anase o me ye. Obetimi do wanu afa ba no so be ba we de wa be anase onye so reka so. The resource here de ewe. Enti akra no person who ade de akofa the terminal report na hwe. It's so easy. But sa akofa the terminal report na hwe. You are assuming say feed that will be a school consider omo try exams there be no school BBS what I mention I say assume say be akra na yare antena fie so and I say assume say strike be amba enti from day one will be a school cause last time omo try exams no everything was okay so on the mention I say enti betima afam crime na waka say ba ko bon ho modern a chair ba ko assuming say omo nyina ewo similar, if not necessarily not the same, or more similar conditions of learning, conditions of the environment in BBI, okay, and also more school back on. In that case, with my results, now I compare BBI, okay. The same thing, economy. Under normal circumstances, BBI economy, I can say be a major disturbance. A bit to me, also major outlets being the economy. Okacheme say if you want to see that the economy is healthy, look at the exchange rate. Because so economic fundamentals are stronger. Your exchange rate will not fall so much as you may see.
If I will not expose you.
It will not exactly. But the other conditions are be our own aveto minds to say. The Sacranico school no say BBNC now on yaren if you best and bosome bako bosumi mienua and the normal circumstances or treasures so now when chai and nature so born. Ocha years one nature so be name whereby Accra Bi school and normal BSC will fee enti ni suku krokra na onya aduane ni okọ school a ne ya pam the school fees no better fee and asa wa yare be se bosome bako bosome mienu wantima nko school or treasures now am pass here. It will not be fair. Patriotic the mechano. So because I cry no I there. Wabon. Patriotic the mechanase. The same thing I would buy economy in Munsua. So BBNC na shocks be a my na be a domestic or global phenomenon BNC because already a crisis aba we are seeing and to be a sofana say crisis see or man economy as say. You can look at the exchange rate and determine the health of the nation. The ebia ene and as circumstances will not be a fair period to assess any economy. Until abekaya time COVID-19.
Even if your fundamentals are right.
Yes, it will not be fair. Until abekaya time COVID-19 by Angela Merkel, former Chancellor of Germany, was that is not the time. So we say, I buy no spend this card with one as a budget deficit. because the world was in crisis. Germany was in crisis. They have to deal with the issue. And it will be very, very unfair. And based on circumstances that happened from 2001, we see the Russia-Ukraine war near the so we be share US economy, like I said, US inflation a page across about 8% into President Joe Biden as a US economy no more. It will not be fair. Similarly, it will not be fair to look at the UK economy to say that UK inflation has more than had a 6 times increase into Muhammad. It will not be fair. It will not be fair for now to assess current UK government leadership and say pound no and they not perform against the dollar until they are not doing well. Similarly, it will not be fair to assess Ghana so exchange rate are falling so much this period. It's just a buying on my bon. You have to look at it and know, sir, just as Akrana or co school, you're be near to ranch and be buying 20 man co school so many days. Watch I'm so one person. The circumstances of the time may not help you to do a fair assessment on the health of any economy in the world today, because the world is in crisis. And it's we are say echo here Musa. Obia economy suffer, and there is no single economy in the world. And no one been see more. Best 10 years, 20 years ago, no more be that. What they say US inflation, you say it is 40 years high. What you mention I say? Send a normal boys here pager our American man. You say best in fear and our moon who be that. Every single country today offer key parameters in the economy. Obenya 1 or 2 or 3 parameters be a happen now. Best in fear do no in fear danania omu hu sa de ni bi o mabakose muda. UK pound it has fallen, the analysts say all-time high. That is how all other nations are going through. Senyesa sa na aba nanka enoma de dana kwanso se bia man say first 4 years of President Akufo-Addo and as a first 3 years of President Akufo-Addo na BBC in see na normal Pascal and as a normal ejigu ya kabekas abaya de na moye momodin obi to akase ebia President Joe Biden buy and as American economy in the time and normal you okay and inflation pejase ya, but to say na America cry na oko shops okotade no be high intimi ma won to more than one. It means there's a problem. It depends on the prevailing economic situation, and on a bit more fair assessment, because see as I offer inflation now plotted inflation graph for every single economy in the world. Also benya huge jump be from 2021 ever. Economy soon say huge jump no say I deal with there is an outlier and normal. Also back to tracing na kwa see a particular period be a crisis be a happen here. Into where there is crisis, now person will assess the health of any economy. It becomes difficult for you to make fair assessment because circumstances, and are pushing normal to that level. And yes, also who the health of an economy, look at the exchange rate, but not when the market is in turbulence. In economics, we will say you do this analysis when the market is tranquil. Into a tranquil period, when things are calm, there isn't major disturbances, it's okay. But when the market is going through turbulence, it becomes difficult for you to apply the same slogan and I said the same description or the bema in the economy when things are calm and things are settled. And that is basically what it is, if you ask me.
Okay, so follow up from that, and then they say in 2014, for instance, na young vice president then running mate about President Mahama and the economy. There were 2 questions on that. First one is that were you expecting say all the other factors will remain constant or remain same? Obra Momo Babi di ade 2016 no ana.
Me should answer the question.
Okay, the Jamaica say the argument then was that if your exchange rate and I say the if your fundamentals
are weak,
the exchange rate will expose you. Now we have been exposed by the exchange rate, and I'm asking, is it that because other factors ni nyina anye constant ninti eno yenyi ntum say pepepe now enye fundamentals na e weak ana.
Oh, admittedly men can say some of the economic fundamentals as they are today are stronger compared to ABR 2017 2018 2019. I wouldn't sit here to say that, but yes na manya no kwafo what I mentioned. I say,
yeah,
for instance, offer baby to say inflation baby a page could do no any ahoden to say ABR 4 years back and I say 5 years back. Patriot mention I say offer baby to say ABR or they say landing rate. Baby I say policy rate. Policy rate criteria it's okay because it's still better than 2016 Tama President Akufo-Addo Ebano. Offer baby to say GDP growth rate it's still better than as it was 2016. That's okay. Inflation is in trouble. Maybe it is a lending rate is even okay. There are some of the indicators. Maybe it is a fiscal deficit. It's not better. Patriot mentioned than Sanane year 2017. And some of the economic fundamentals clearly are taking positions Obaka's relatively weaker today than Saniana is here maybe 5 or 6 years ago. Until all of that will also feed into the health of the economy.
Okay.
But the point I'm making is to Saniana me hear the student analogy, no. Akra no na no okotwe exams na bibia okay no otwa A and ne watwa D and also wanya C. But what I mentioned, it is so easy for you to say so, oh Kwame and yeah what this akofom, which is fair because Kasa based on the who on the terminal report. So what I mentioned, I say, Ebia na unya krani parent and I unya krani fee who be name mum. Ebia ni ma me beti me abanwa catch say yes. Kwame exams or train na no when chasa near or try la afra say. No akasa ene Kwame na nse won suya de kra ansa na ne ma me ba ba chiro mu say nyese won suya de o na afiwe no oyare da afie be se bosumi mienu ana onye den na onko school anunti na ama ne modemon akofom sa ansa na abeto ho asese ene me shadam blame Kwame bebre because anya yare na kasa na osi twa afrase ne ko besa heden etwa sa bi afu na obetwa more than that. The same thing and happened to the economy. Osha 2017 2018 2019 Brana we are seeing and so far some of these trouble. Every Ghanaian understands and appreciates the fact. Yes, Obianka as a President Akufo-Addo and Femi and Sunday Dikayeno. Now I'm a war so good Ghana for no, but Ghana for who how healthy the economy was relatively. Sunny and I say who no, Sunny and normal as you to talk to Ian and Crony about. But advent of COVID-19 Russia-Ukraine war, need this global crisis nearby. And no na ama some of the figures any data no who ne send city until sa obe ya wadwen say dosuko abusa say eye den na ebia inflation emopejaya from single digit. And you agree with me say for 2-3 years President Akufo-Addo's government had maintained single-digit inflation. In the Adana economy are now sustaining inflation in single-digit. That's to say inflation apeja after 30%. To them sukosa na hona Bible who say inflation ya apeja cost with na anu ya na ye de eba esane normal ba kuminu we ya esisi nti ho na obetima ye fair appreciation aka say ene mu say normal say na esiti e ma wa hoto bebre de nanso person be blame abani bebre esan say unim say na ano na atorancha mama wiase no modema boy say na dey sitie ene die emi say akoye say akra na oyare ya wan ko school no ya atorancha ma ba wiase nti ana ama enoma bo aye den say ewo Ghana mama yesika sem no so say na ho ode asi akwakodro no enti until say obenya bre adomu suko say anase obi betra ase akirikire mu no so easy say obe blame aban say aban na masa ho kire we nyina aba, which of course aban cannot run away from it, but you say ewo de ewo efi de efi na eba. It is some of the fundamentals and also who say na CTS no. It's all because of what is happening in the world. Eno na ama ewiase nyina akosa ho ehia mu Ghana nso ebia de ebia kaye. But ni nyina mu so no aban wa asudie se ewo se wo hwe na ototo no mani ye Emma say Obia so free man Ghana so atimi afri mu. Sana ho asem kasiti.
Final one on the same tangent. Entima mpenida da ma Matia Kunwa so no. Ena okika sansem we explanation odi ama enwumre nyina kire ya. Nka obeji atum.
Sa o kasa no so a. Enye sa o kan ne sa no sa mekan. The American is a Ghana for ne menya adwena obi tifi obeka se me ne onya adwen o te me kira se the munu kran so na wo se yeka say ade say 2014 ebia 2015 2016 ho no say na ewiase akọ ahohehia mu senia esi koya mayare ne entokwasem bi aba wiase nyina se ya o kai me a na ye no kra ye nyina ye nim pacho te me kira se sa abre no na bibia se ne ho nti we all assumed say at that time, the economy and the world was at peace. And no man see to send a beer and SEC. If indeed there was something like that, a Ghana for Bitimaka say, 2014, Nini say we are say BBS Siama, Bitimaka said there was world economic crisis out. Nana, my take it for granted. So kind of economic crisis, and we are so almost you know. We the Great Depression in the 1930s. You who be that we are saying. Nobody should take it for granted what is happening in the world today. It's a major world economic crisis. It's equivalent to the Great Depression in the 30s. We are saying economy crack down. It's unprecedented. We are on my way of my cry, you suffer from it. Okay. And yes, I mean, me many fee, you know. Me who say American inflation a page do send years a dream. Me who say UK inflation a page do send years a dream. Me who say British pound and what chino. Look, within this period, British prime ministers how many times? So you can see it is not it's not a child's play. So what I mention I say it's timer. We are seeing na fasa oja ene ohyew se mu no it's not very fair to compare the performance of any government to another government no net ebia ne breso na sa no ma we bia nc. I'm not saying we should do that comparison now, but that if you want to put the argument that way, that is how you should situate it. It will not be very fair to make that comparison. Well, yes sir. Then yes, abaya open so tianye ya ewiase ebeko ahuyehia mu sie na chese wo ho ya akere. But to be fair to the government, in the midst of all these challenges, global economic meltdown and the challenges, almost still Ghana for when you mahodin kania yendum kania o Ghana how nana. Okay, in the midst of all the difficulties, we still have electricity in this country. In the midst of the global crisis, energy price highs, Hesenia petrol bo apeja efia kwakudu. Within a short period of time, ni muno yensa lie or Ghana hankoto fuel. So it tells you, say, there is some super competent hands beer in the midst of the difficulties. Ghana for one time kasiye, me say yemi say your best sorry ni ase petrol ni Ghana ha ya sala kwa koto fuel. Say your best sorry ni ase Ghana doom so into your sorry nya nyama hodin kania ya doom kana. And tam kase nobody wants to see. But Ghana for say in the midst of the difficulties, here ne challenges aba wiase mo ha nyina ene ne nkro ne ba no say up to now ye nyama hodin kania gina so. Yem petrol ni yem fuel ne bo na ede so okọ dwama so wonya bito. Because we've had periods now we are say anko ahuyehia mu say na economic crisis bia mai ba na Ghana for kiteska omunya fuel nto salai the kaipa president style salai to fuel president Mahama tire salai to fuel, but the world was not in crisis. The world was not in crisis. Ba na Ghana for nyan kania kra na ukitesika sa ope kania kra to na unya bi. So that is what we are talking about. And to have a crisis period, we are seeing na ifa o jamu ahuyehia ba obia omabia henano Germany for had to seize refineries, 3 refineries belonging to Russians. I didn't tell because of fuel issues. But in the midst of the difficulties, Still Ghana for can hear them. Still Ghana for fuel. Found when they born a day, and so you fuel yitimito. As I said, you who say, Sabi Modimo Kasibi Akumu. Etina, Sa and no Marcasi Akasi.
And a modern and so the Anke.
Okay, what I mentioned as it. That is the point.
Wow.
What I mentioned as once we acknowledge the difficulties, any problems now you woman. The fact that a normal beer is so key and fundamental to obia everyday life. You sign a war where you hono. Not just a almost a modern money we pay your dear. And so a buy a baby a hold this no manner. Because ya can and I oko jumna no ma boy de. Offer her say. And I better I won't say the canyon I'll cool feel and I okako de suma. And community I just say we are saying ya boa brosu. A de channel pa. O person will free baby out to bedjuma. Unya petrol kwa na odi agu okamua. And the trouble would have been, I mean, worse. What I mentioned as enti a year say ye be hunu say ye kwa hu him. Now when you hear munusu a ye kono if we ha any neighbor. A man for dear and yet baby a free ban kwa ni here. The here is a dear now ye dear Asiano Kwana anyasa.
Send you do good and then myself. As only my next question maybe so Hannes said. Enti a year then ye bedrew baby a yedri. Say am pampa say between 2017 and 19
we no kakra okuyani no a cry edigu hon pa jo te dem kan
me ti o pa
abra no mamu sha se ye de no eno na okuyani no a sha se one ne ma omo ye de omo odi wa hu dem chenase ntu be kai abra covid buy ni sanse na aban atoto no ma na mfie mi sanse na covid ba no na ye ne nti no kakra na yakra gu ho no eno na yewura kufo ade ne na ban e sha se ene omanfo nti ena yetimi krakra sa no ma we gu ho ti se aho kira ba esese ye release na ye de boa omanfo na omo ho tomo to bon se sika aka na aban apagu ne de adofo de be che ye ne bosi kakra yetimi nyae no aban de bi che Ghana fo nsuo free so aban de bi che Ghana fo aduane e de ma Ghana fo aban kura gina ne naso esa che Ghana fo anyina mahodin kanea na che se atorenchama ba ne ye hyeda nya effect ne kase bebre sansa ne yetima kura bibi kakra agu ho ana aban chance so release de yakora agu ho no sa abre no munyina no yetena afie ne ye nkwa adwuma so aban ankasa adwuma yefo akatua da korokora na saboso me ba kokora mefa mamo aban tua adwuma yefo akatua wa abra na ye nkwa adwuma oma yensu oche ye nkanea oche ye aduane na odi sika kora ba ye de so ankra omo ye omadwuma asene se na ebe ya omadwuma besi atumpo enti no kreni Ghana for do na ni beje yewura kufu ado ho esanse na Ghana for free se okire wodo ebra na saa to renchem no aba no senka covid ekọ na wieye no enanka bi hufuro bia mebom a afei na nanka oman no ya san akoyachi na ya hwe ya afuo na eja hye no na ya hwe se ye betima asan apempam afuo no na ya duadua abokoko atodwe no amakoko na so ebra eja be hye afuo no de enuane kakra na ejapade kakra na ya ye wo fie no ena president Kufuor sha ase se ochiche ma abusuafo na obia ne ma anya kakra na omadi nanka afia edi animo no ye nyina ya sa akogu afuo no ne yakwa akopempam na ba bia se bidua bobo ya hwehwe ne nyina akra asase no ne ya futu ne yado na eno no ama mewie no ena Russia for ene Ukraine for ade so esa babe si so na kire se asa kakra na ye pegu ho no a covid ba ye tifie ne sabi obi nko obi ma yato ye borders mu ene port ni arade nyina yatom eti amma aban sika sam tasa yenya free port import duties ne nko ne banyina akofam ti kakra na e wo ho no ena aban ede support o manfo ehwe ye ma ye tutu school fees ma nsu ni ade tutu adwuma ye fo aka ti ka fe ya yesa akwa afo no makwa akopam ado adua no ena another atorenchem so esa bai na ya mpani force sutro mienu amani hane so the mention ase te ko ba preko pesa no kreni na chase aban ho ya kyere no so aban ho ya kyere no sanse de wo ho nyina na ya tietia e de support obusuafo afi ba ko ne fa ya ntimi anko ya hwe ena so tro ba ko so asan ba beka ho aban bia wo be kosa situation nim no se modern mo ni nyame tumi bia ni wachi ahwa obedi chidichi nti eno ena ekoba ne sa tina wo se aban a shall fa adwen foforo ne kwan foforo ye bitimi afa so to won say prekope fundamentals ne data ne bebre a shifted so much just from last year or the mention as and the beginning of this year. It is how Russia Ukraine na sabe ka ho na akwa yeso tro mienu na amani hane kakra enti na ama sabe no ma bebre and then say e bra covid buy no so no na wo mo a na mo de o makora gu ho dooso e ba ne se bia o ma me afu ahye o aduane kakra wo fie de ba e bi kura ensomo but o ma me yonko ba ko no ni ane dooso pa na ma me ko no no kwaje kakra de be support mu de na mo de so tro mienu na sa buy no afa o ma me yonko na na nko wo bi kura o de bi ba ma me no ono so se onua de asa be ka ho de kakra wo ho no enso me ne me ma no kura eti wo sa buy en chia ya hokra de nya bi ma okra bio tu say tama we so buy ni ma na capital market no emusa to e sanse wo mo a na nka bibi wo mo nsama ya kokoda wo mo kra no ene omo nyina no sabi omo sikasam so ekwa acho nti na wo hwa consistently America ban a raise omo policy rate e wa America ekosoro mo hike no de nti no mo hike no say America e raise omo policy rate no kosoro na kire say omo percent crofo do omo sika ba America sanse o de sika koto a ebiansi hu e ho no benya kakra ye de e wo ho nti omo so e raise omo policy rate no kosoro so na just America for the moment America ban be yes ade no there is omo sika sam ho e ya ye de dollar no ho e ya kwa atwe to mo yes no so a kakra do obi o no sika wa bebrem ha de abaye investment no say ne me so menyin koto America e ho de anya hwe kra no masum badwome to bo say a lot of investors and so no more repatriate omo sika na omo sell omo assets ewo abebrem ha na omo de ko America na omo de ko America nti wo mo kra na nka strom yenu no baaye ye be kwakọ down omo no omo so mo ho akire omo ama omo so e de omo kokromoti asi omo kakra omo wo so eti wutwa ho ba bia ne ntwa na se wo hwe wa nkasa wo man ni mu na wo hwe senia obeti si a obeye noma ama agina yie na esansa sa ntokwasam ne noma nyina baaye na noma dodo na abi so yakra adifri bia Russia eno Ukraine obeka fertilizer any wheat ne noma ne nyina Russia ne Ukraine yakra free tokwa na basunti no ama problem supply issues aba no so na say price so ekosoro to be say noma dodo na ne bo aye din bebre e wo Ghana ha no eye noma dodo a yakokra efri amano ne leba baabi a wo kwakokra ade ne de aba no omo ho akire omo ama omo sikasem economy kofom to omo so mapeja omo noma bonum ama no kosoro eti onso kokoto na de ba okroma automatically na ne bo onso ekosoro eti o hwe the death of this global crisis and emesikana it's unprecedented and it's so huge. So you take it for granted at your own risk. But of course, I'm on your 17, people will downplay it. But everybody I will follow global crisis will tell you, say, we the Great Depression in the 1930s free war. This is the biggest and one of the major crises we are say akum. Eti anona amaya kwako drew babia ye drew say. Now, no matter the Ghana buying by any homegrown policies, near share domestically, no matter what, I by your Ghana Hano. So, our crisis says we are an easy upper will still continue to go through hardship because a no matter donors, you're dying, a mind to do a aka. It is cosiso or monso. Tom to say the Kwame Nkrumah was the independence of Ghana is meaningless unless it is linked up to the total liberation of Africa. But what I mentioned as it's economic emancipation of second world, third world countries is more or less a mirage unless there is emancipation, okay, or recovery of the developed economies. And yes, sir, the yes is see how in your own homegrown country, may not bring you the satisfaction and the ease we here. I just say, sa crisis say we are see ade abesin say we are kom etimi aba fam kakra but and also in chese say wo trase e wo dam refer say wo hwe na wototo wo noma ema ofapem ne gina ye nti bra wiase de ne nyina so kofom no na already no wasisi ofapem dada ebetimi akatapult to the next stage. The world is indeed in crisis. You don't downplay it at all anywhere. So we downplay obenya problem, but I want to say woman say obetimi enya kandifo no man for omobe jiatu no realize that this is the situation we are going through. Into a collective and shared responsibility. See nyina ya beka ye ho abom na ya som na ya chechire your mind Ghana kokofo na eja tom. Okay, and I hwe kwane e befa so a ye be hyehyɛ na ya dua abatodwe ama ade na nyini ama ye nyina.
Ntimo hyehyɛ no no.
Oh, ya hyehyɛ.
Sa.
Ya hyehyɛ. You see, hyehyɛ ni mu no ebia mene nipa bi ya adwene some of the approaches no and content senior nipa bi person omo ye de omo hu no ebi nso a unse obi a wona adwene obi so fi so omo ye ne se ya nke be ye mu ye ne se be ye enye de aban susu se obeye na oye no ne nyina na empempi no ekowie the desired result senior aban ye de ehwehwe no it is sometimes so ebi na aban na mo bi a watu no obi so adwene a owo nkyɛn ɛfa ho no ebi asa adwene no nke betima aboa akyɛn aban de but I say aban ɛyɛ nipa kakra bi na ɔmo etu saa namon as and when you betima identify some of these gaps no we just have to draw government's attention. The aban fee say ɛsɛ offer ɛde yɛ adwuma betima aboa no na wahwɛ no wayɛ mpempi so no ebi a de wosusuo no nso no na aban kra tena se adwen ho dada abobo no aye consultation wo ho but omadwen nyina akọ bakrom se oh wo de ano toto we ni hu a ebia we say na betimi aye papa doesn't mean say that issue has not been discussed at all. And that is how the whole governance system is. And I will say yes na ye make sure say the Ghana for a common enkosoa entena ho da sene wiase aban bia ehwe so obey ne de sene be ya omonso betimi afri ahochira omonso common. And different countries have different approaches to dealing with global crisis. So na different countries was sene omonso feeling the impact of the global crisis. Sene mene wo kan oko Ivory Coast omo impact different. Oba Togo amodi different. Oba Ivory Coast inflation is about almost 16 times, you know. Togo sana almost there about 12 or so times. Ghana the inflation has across around about 5 times or 6 times, 7 times. And ultimately we say different countries are absorbing the shocks different ways and more adopt to different means to solve them. Oba Ghana ebia ye ni dum so okoba bia omoda esumo oko different country omo fan oko different countries omo ni fan oko another country omo kra the policies bi omo twam to say bia nka buy the free senior high school by crisis by there are countries and more social interventions omo twam omo so omo ntimenya sa interventions ne bi what I mention as but of course Ghana ya the swakita some of these interventions are the by free senior high school in Nkron ba ni nyina ekoso. So aban ka say o jeni nyina agum because ahokyera ba omanfo ahokyere no so ebekosoro bebre eti ya na ya dwene ho say yenhwe na yenkura de ekọ omanfo ho direct ya gia ebema omo ho akere omo bebre no yenhwe na yensomu yiye se na ebe ya emfree omanfo ensem na de aka no so aban ahwe kana obefa so a obesi atoto enoma yiye na ohaw no atumi abrase ba no kreni obia hu ne say enomamu aye shikakra sana esitie.
Okay.
Nti I was say ye hwekwane ye betimi afa so a ye koye nim no ye betoto enoma yi na normal easy up.
Okay. Ye dru ba bia ye du sesi e enema mienu titiri a ha adwen sesi apa eye exchange rate na afei famo fuel ene eho asem. So moka Ukraine Russia na so ya na do na bisa ne say na nyi bia Ukraine na ono okwo ntokwa ne Russia na omko mo ntokwa nti omo so fati said ye so fei.
Ukraine, yes. Russia omo so ahase but omo no unso omo ne the originator of the troubles. So the mentioners. Na ma menka asem bi chiro. So omo na ahase toto abo ba park no so. nti ono na wo sha ase to aboba park ebi o the best 10-15 years and our plan is antokwawe. Mind you, there's no way Putin ever sorry prekopese or to Ukraine for so. Wabra on take so many years, minimum 5 years, and planning Santokwana or Temechanasa. And on Tokwana or planning so a take we are seeing by surprise. Son will be Anka Bishamuda said, or be to Sanamon. Into a nona what to Sanamon, dear. E bia sunsanso no won so bebre sanse what did so many years and atena se a plan here it wonim se afi edika na me ntokwana se a e bia omo ni me didwa omo ni me ni dwa bio o te me kira se mayonkofo ne me be yaka we mfa ne no ma ha bi we mfa no mo kwan be no was to wasiesie no ho asi ho ansa na wo hye ntokwana se eti wono ne de e be ye den unless otherwise se omo plan here. But on my be a person or two on my for Sasano, or the so many years and now planning to corner I practice. I want to try different economic simulations. Say Kobase, America focus on money or any job you are no been in your film or no been on your free send a busy affected Sicano, decided a young pesca bingo baby, a Kobase, or my way to say on my top. Yen fertilizer biwa ehini benyeska yen se yen pesca and tomo no planet or more way for so many years. It almost shares so much to sana mo na was so chance of ho bechiro ma and obedu dokon kwa because the opposite of the punish your mono ma dwen ho aye ho nsisi ho yeni a yaka no de especially yeni a yen shada na omo ninsa was so direct we be America for ne nkro ne bakwa de bia na omo so omo duadue ma omo nyantete kakra ti bi omo so omo da omo ho so ayede ato ho ba here num na ye wa chichi na wo na kra nso da ye sabe enka wo dadwene ho no de it will take you by surprise into preoccupy no the effect on you will be very very huge enti ebe so difficult say Russia for ho be chiro mo animu ya omu say America for no take 1 or 2 steps you more try say on be punish more there's attempts on to mo gold building and croniba say eno so happy na now Russia sha say or suffer bebre say na yenso suffer ya eno so wo another consequence they be break we ase aka nyina so because the moment Russia economy so be cut down who said there are so many nations that are dependent on Russia including Germany, Europe, and for instance, they depend on Russia for farm fuel and a lot. Okay, wheat and this uncle on the battle donor Russia and I didn't free. It is almost a chance some more feel it say or maybe take a step be a punish or more. No almost a chance I can say okay. Say yes, your home actually and yet you produce any idea, young Toby ma will be a then the world is in trouble. Can you imagine say Russia can someone supply Europe fan will be wa. Naturally say Europe nya fan will free Russia bill. Ti baby aye Ghana and Nigeria need to go for. Ye koto ya fan no. Na Europe for no mukita sika kese ye de ne nketenkete. Ye kokra ye ko free. Okay? Omu nyina abeda na omani de omu sika na ye de. Akoba bi ye koto ya fan no. Na wa de okita sika e ba ne wa wo ba be free. Hwan ye de beba no. Nti eno nso so ade nsusan so foforo and be bra. And we don't pray to get there. So the thing I make sure say if you follow global economic situations, now follow global economic disturbances, this crisis we are seeing is so dangerous. Say, me, I'm looking at the transmission mechanism and the epicenter of it as one source. Say, acquire bi-direction, and as acquire from the Russian angle, so say a bar, and also what. And we all just have to pray as a world community so we will not get there. Some of the merchants eti sana city we may get out of it so soon. It is also possible say the crisis may be with us for some time, but we all pray say able to be free. So if I mean who mind be our so free more. We are all still clawing to get out of it. But I know, sir, I mean, things will settle. And can you be an anchor one day, put in say what in the net to the BBR ego. Then the world economy will begin to ease up. World Bank for the IMF for projections, this year, some economies will begin to have, for Ghana, say, they have, projected a reduced inflation for us. And the Africa country, we are hoping. So next year, then the growth will pick up, inflation will ease up, the exchange rate pressures, some of them are domestically driven, we'll be able to deal with them. And some are global shocks, then we'll see how we can tone down on them. But there's really a problem. Now address it. And part of the issues are they addressing some of the things our president mentioned. I know the finance minister will read the budget very soon, and some of the measures,
you mean the embattled finance minister?
Some of the measures will be clarified.
As I wanted them kind. You mean the embattled finance minister?
Embattled. As in what?
As in what? So one party for
oh, I mean, make a choice. In the multi-party democracy, and that's one thing you love from the NPP. And sometimes finance ministers are not fortunate crowd. Okay, I said honorable Setepe. Okay, there were several calls from NDC quarter say President Mahama should sack honorable Setepe. What I mentioned, I'm at a point. President Mahama even had to respond, say on sack Setepe, because sometimes what happens in this. My money be boils down to money. Obiaso here's a finance minister. So the mention as and he says scanning ma officer finance minister and attorney scan also. But me minima come pass the finance minister be no ha. Oscar go be bria or better just say Obia Juma you shouldn't Yanaka. And a lot of the time because the Awosha won san kaya the person as opus or blame na for the for the na me check I could do no honor on side and at the table so and on term it is so common say you blame the finance minister, but it may as well be said the problem is not him or to the mention as but in the party democracy yes will be a bit made the actual narrative send all kind of phobia actual margin, and that is the beauty about NPP I show be kokosoa obi antimi nka obi akasabo anhye obeka sɛ ne sɛ osika no ba ne nyina nso eboa ema sabio sɛ fa ne sabia lazity bi wɔkɔ na mani partner se hu sɛ oh ebi adewe ya yesi anye ne ya yamra hyebadwafo no nso besɔre atia ye but mpempi no nso no finance minister can become an easy target obi afie sɛ oh ɛne sɛ bibi anye ya yam blame finance ministry, but ebi so a na problem no nso emfiri omo sanso omo de omo wo ho sɛ aban sika no omo behwe no matoto no ye de omo nsa ka ane de esese omo spend eno ho adwuma na omo ye, but sometimes no ya na won pese obo spend bebre a chen de bia won nsa ka na ankorane country into budget deficit nti eso omo toto no omo hwe na omo se oh oti anye yeso abeka se wo tua hafo no ka bebre na hafo no nso madwuma nso aka ho nti it's a whole balancing act. It entails a lot at the finance ministry to work on, but I wouldn't say the finance minister an embattled person because Juma and our year and or discharging the Juma to the best of his capabilities. Send your union is I mean, yeah, I mean. More money as you yeah, a fine gentleman. Sabio, Yaman Yasama, and Kaebia, Sembu Haya Kagunusuno, and Kaobia and Cabin Channel. But it's answer or ye leader, no ya can before or ye also more money to know. And also, who is a part of a Jumana, they are the Nippon sono. And you also na ebia a woman can a goose. So say yes to Christo crack and some goodness. And you do baby na a occupational hazards. I see. I know, sir.
Where the hazard away a catastrophe. Where occupational catastrophe. You can't call this a hazard. Because me
I know I can't betray you.
But why not we? Why not I say Dr. Gideon Boakon.
So I can't show it here. I come out, but there be a better.
But the Drew baby our party for any could can see when him say, Yampamon no dear. But before that, where the Kofodia Brown will be become minority leader. I think on Monday or Tuesday, you saw the voice viewer or say, O man penny abedi actually. Sampampa say economic management team na ewo ho. No ye head ampa onsi form because Dr. Bawumia yenim no nyi woni. Wentimi anya na adwuma enti ono a onsi form ana mampani engu economic management team no ono anana dia no. Sa wote se baabi a ye wo sesi yi ensem bi sei ye ka e de fa Dr. Bawumia ho a wo na ane nenam aya osom sen ya na tene sen ogitum so wa fail Ghana for.
Oh, that be, I mean, failure will be a harsh word. Sanya Mekano. Say, Meka is a brand name war the same secondary school. We call my secondary school. I check if you call Bichim per second. I mean, come to me, but I mean, was secondary school now. One time, but I'm a chance for him, I will be beating me. Every time we are not be first.
Oh, and they may do what I say minim. Oh, they been the
one time secondary school, my treasure mine the first was third term second year. Okay, oh presec bichim. That year no, na ya elected me. That term near elected me as senior prefect. SP for what which I said
would do post.
That we do post. That school to say miss school. And the SP for them we do post. And I'm running to some post to some and the load, okay. Load na bam so say oh SP so we say oh shama ya say oh shama ya say na sa leadership role no even though na my senior prefect primary school ni junior high school no when is secondary school the end na eso kakra so and I mean my free bomb ma kokro mu to say bechem na school is na me senior prefect na ama mani so ayame adi kakra fe na me stabilize into that particular term no but also 7 obi amadi first sa term no third term second year
second
but also 7 say o check is our term no de hwɛ me modern mo say my born and answer my bear you may have been wrong but beyond our term no me the first is akosi say me secondary school me be the overall best student in the whole district o tell me say but that particular term no but also 7 and this obana wa musa amama nchire mu de enti am also 7 that time na you may think say oh so oba sa abre no kwa na be hu me perform because una say mo SP no kra o mo no ho de or your treasure was kra to 7 so patriotic mention us and sometimes the circumstances and the situations na obe person obe assess the health or the performance of anybody no is so relevant okay and I'm di ka chair will say this present world crisis and its circumstances are a woman no say enye amanyosem no bi pese odiya it is not a fair period to assess any government performance relative to any other government or no one go through such a turbulent period. You can assess the performance of a government today as oh sunny and normal city no maybe inflation was say but to say what you need to talk or before from one none the time a normal a done kwa so into a buy way more home there that may not be a fair assessment on the mention it will share the track record, the performance track record of this government in the period that not a normal year calm. There were not much turbulence globally to send the year. President Akufo-Addo, Bama Beyebi wa meyeni nyina. 2017, 2018, 2019, even 2020, 2021. The performance COVID the time on Kwana growth a slump here in this country under President Akufo-Addo to 0.4%. And no crano around us in the corridor. Countries were recording negative growth. But not Ghana Ghana so positive. But 2021, when the World Bank and the IMF had projected an average growth of around 3% for countries, Ghana was recording over 5%. And it no cranny. This year may not be the best time to assess this government. But what can I say? Esan say de omanfo hu ne nne ena omo pese omo ka ho asem enam egu apaso ene na mpanifo se ye de ye ho ena amanyosem so nti no de ono ne breso kra na eno atoranchem se nsi ye na wantima anya nkane amagana fo anam no ono kra timi pagya ne nsasa ne minority de kan e kasa aban ne mo no homode de ono kra ne breso na eno ma wiase enko sei na Ghana fo kita sika baye nya fan won tono ene yase dua wa ne ho kwan a
wodori
ana wodori no nti omo nyina no epese omo ka bie o tere meche na ase patsanya amanyosam ana asam ka na ye ka ana aya na Ghana fo mpese ye de ho betoto NDC fo no bebre na ye ka dia nkanya bia no se na President Mahama Kratimiti si abontere ka so be my economic lecture
ana se dem we de o ya de chen
enso ono ne breso kra na no enoman ko wiase sese ni sen adwuma kra no sabe wo mo se eden youth in stone cracking anya sana na mo kan ye pa adwuma mamrante ne mabu no o mo se o mo ko papa yabo also anya magician no create jobs. We saw all of that in this country. Doom so now the tape we are now obey. Minister, I said I won't go busa president question. I'm gonna make my doom so timetable. But we don't want to go there. What is a major preoccupation? And it's a no credit Ghana phone him say President Kufuor na buy omo nipa omo timi bu man etoto normal and normal bunichi. And so yet yase yenim gentia enoma akosa a yehwe na ya ye ho ntoto ye se ne be ya enoma Ghana be fa ne ntoma pa efra ba aya na eyeya se de one minority for ne yanom na yehu wo mamamu se ne na esitie na Ghana nko ahwe wiase nko atoranche mu se ne na yesikoi enso kra no mu hu sabe yase de bohamfa ayi enhyem ene omunyina sabio epese ye kire se omuna wo ho a eka no mabetimi adane na tama no mo ho na wiase ni ahochi ade ntom agye man kane na engina so ade no mo ye sala ekoto fan wo chok kra na enya bi enkyira de wo joma vice president yere timika se
enti etu o mo aye dem buy
that is the point
entity meba
me just land eno so ti ana yemre pamu no ya to no ma yenka se na ya solve Ghana fo how nyina afri ho de amomo na so na Ghana fo nyina ya proud say ampa omu se no ma ekotote na de na no abeti asense ye komu de eye ade a ever say obeka say cheji dan a ye hwe kwane ye befa so a ye nyina ye behwe na esia no ye Ghana fo nyina se omudo omumpaye ene omahoden eso yasene ebo ye chidom na omonsan etretre ye ekire ye se ahade ma anye ne ye ahamu ye ne se ebe sa na mamu ne siti o na ye nyina so yetrase ne ye hwe kwane ye befa so a ebetimi ayam na kosan se wonsom ene nipa na ye na mom ehon kasa bia ebeye se obi ye minority dey on taking advantage na on fan to aban ho pin se na be ono no na wo no homodin kra benya kwan ba be wura mu no eno so de so se esi ano kwan na ye ma nipa nyina hunu se aye no kra enoma aye bibi kakra ama ahokyere abakrom nanso wonum na yehu wo mu nano na enoma esai ma omo na enoma nyina de dadin kra no a omo pese na omo ka kosi se omo de enka omo ye papa chenwe na se ye ma omanfo so ehu no abra ya twe omanfo nyina aka ye ho na ya hwe na ya address sa issues no minim se we send a present kind no this one too shall pass covid ba shase no na hu obi ehu kwanya Ghana e betima fa so bana na ya wa hu ye kwanya president ene na ban ne Ghana for so covid mu na Ghana for businessmen boaye sabi PPs ani am prepare bi wo Ghana ha afi prekope no nipa kura atena omo fie no omo pam no smas ne nko ne ba eno kan nyina ka ho bi na ban timi free mu yo COVID, send you see managing and calling so it was on the support of the Ghanaian people. And we trust and believe that's our Ghanaian team spirit to push for a better Ghana. No, Sani Abeko so adi abua ama abayin so no ma yetoto no etimi atoto to ye. Na no de ye bebo mo ne exchange rate same de na hadwene prekope na nkrofo lusu sika because our exchange rate movement no. And ye ban sa na unye dwadini a odi dollar ani cedi di agora wo hu se ne sitie. Na mmom mo di dwa na ankasa de. Ane ya bo wani ana nusuo eyaba. That's eyayam hihye na edanyame ase se ehun sunsanso no anase ehun pomase brand enwie peye de nanso efi last week be si ne no emi se settlement kakra abansu nani a eno masha ase etedin kakra na ye besre se ne consistently finance minister and president kan ye no president ka sembi ma hu se nipa bi adane no.
Yes, can pay the no.
President says he can't pay the day and then on ba. Sabi say okane sa say wo ka de sabi aslap people be in the face and say baby. But no kwasema a woman say in the exchange rate market no speculation and idea itimi cause exchange rate market man say kra obia or follow market adini we be an speculation one contributory factor to why currencies get to lose their value. It's not president kase sa hu bi na ebemu say oh koyi usika wan koyi a yabema haircut say Tokyo say dear haircut say makura na buja matiko no we no de na buja matiko no
backbone
no obi a hu haircut kro. And I tell you, me I sit on the data. And no a major issue I mark currency in the depreciation. Within 1 week.
But oka hu and no me blame more buying because MPP are banwe. Ade ba ko ama bon wo ho pa communication. Hwe
Kasebia ya nya ade o ga se ya bon wo ho de.
Ma bon wo. Na onim na wo nya na ehu ayen kase wa bon ne be kase. Dr. Bako hwe. Moti data so. Munim effect of speculations on your forex. Munim say ade no amanfo otugu no enye no kre. Munim de betimi aye. But mo atena se na amanfo otugum ne ye ko ne adwompo 7 ne ye tugum ne ye ko 8 ne ye tugum ne ko 9 ne ye tugum sa ma edru ba bi kra ma afi kra de. Wo ho obohu social media na atwratum dollar do 50 o boduru obi asise yet moti data no so adai mo kasa de na be yemo
na to be fair on this same speculation issue finance ministry released I think 2 or 3 statements to be fair to be fair to the finance.
No, I want to know the content so that me who say I'm passing me who.
Oh yeah.
What is the content?
They release statement
saying what?
You know, Mancroft independent on social media information on the exchange rate. Finance ministry did that.
Man who be that? But me as news editor, I'm a TPS FM newsroom. So I 2 statements that okay you know me who. The only time I me who statement that if free a buy ho. After a can say dollar no hit 15 no and the who's a Bank of Ghana started at the daily your friend say updates eba no cry tweet and your friend say Facebook na ya na om de baba beto
na dollar no cry no I hit 15 no
I hit
it na ya
aha so o can it you o can say hit here na no your Bank of Ghana rate no and no the rightly so e call 14.7 I hit 15. But also nim say nipa ekuta dollars wa Ghana and so more a per dollars no and you nya nya scan free Bank of Ghana.
Yeah. I mean the long and short of it is
jambi before mon kasa na mon kasa mu.
Ono na sem tia na kasa.
Oh. Because here issue of haircut for instance. Bare 2 months ago and Madam Fubi offer me no say yaw mate say yes obi a usika da bank bia no abansi ska no onye ntua ndu sika na hye anya saa de age sa osama no 5 years as no 20 me pa chow ba ko na mo de koto ho no kokoje ma de to me ho na anya saa musika no be ye na mpapa grafim na mbe pesika akwakoye ela me si o enye no kre o si dabi mati so mo kana me say enye no kre o si dabi chincha me ko iska no to fie ma no you see but 2 months ago mo ankasa wo ho finance ministry ewo EFS a competent team ambetimi aye mo ankasa wo ho aban na ankasa wa ankasa wo ho until fellow Ghanaians na no kwasiada you see wa bra nanka we edian ka na sese mutu edian na sese moye common official statement from ABA government saying say me more madwene po ana me nye madwene say me be ye haircut bia o bia it could have stabilized things for us but mo tran ho hwe ni din
ana kasa kakra de bia
oh man kasa bia man ka
finance minister issue statement but you see
and finance minister and statement no issue I can na yin mo MP
ya kasa no so no na enyina ye mfantu ye hofo so omo profited from SARS speculation omo ye kakra bi but so ne ba ye nyina ye so because e do ba bi kwa me hu audio Ghana ne bi share that tenase ye edi two futu gu nkrofo ani so bi ankoyi ne sika na nipa no oye saa no na woni se hwan na o ha no
no de untimi nketele because on say amanfo nso o system no mu a omo so profit on speculations to no so I speculation no a ete said de me nso ma sori anopa madware amaba me office me ye adwuma to no speculate ono so ye na adwuma enti wo na wo ye manager of sa ade no speculating necessary onso so de ba ete said de ukuta o computer ya se nkofo ete ba bi ye spies ne e fen say virus a omo pese ono de say wo program na Google computer say say o antivirus de ma no enti say wo manage sika no na wo manage enema no na obi speculate say phone here that in your back when you Nokia 3310 now unzu nim say ade na 3310 I didn't know say we din why do you have to keep quiet
if I see here
Dabi we see mo hanipa to be honest with you mo hanipa
kasa de kasa
oh man no baby wo kra man to nka baby man to nka finance ministry menkai the last Patricia the last time you be news why ya kan statement the free minister of finance anyway okay
most of the time yes I news so enye news what bad news na for pity
Peace FM no let's talk about Peace FM
I know but a lot of time and I for
no but for me my policy is that say press statement back na a press statement a free government and now a year official source a year recognized body whatever it is we make provision for them a kind of statement me I'm telling you today say any minister of finance or money maybe we issues a press statement on the crop anyway they say baby I have a bedroom here enya ade ani da so bia o se ne ene kina ene free mu but fuel is here the hardware maybe a fuel was is here the not a hardware now no man can say yep cheaper for instance source of fuel be na e there and no san common mo dia kwa ni mo na akwa koduru baby and mamen kasa de we nyina mbom na fe enya o final question from now anopay na me hwe newspapers ne bi mu na me hunkunta bi a me yem hye me pass poultry product over 900 million USD and a cra Ghana poultry products 10 tomatoes over 1 billion USD 10 tomatoes me no me nyina pom ho aye free bay say o free e fence say o fat achievement ya e de baba be si akomadan a unim ntosi e wo ho in fact do adu jama pokukurum hwa be so ho unim ntosi a e wo ho ne ade ni nyina achi ye kokra entos e free amana ne ba 1 billion over 1 billion USD e ne ma ya kraba de toso miensa e force ne ma ya kraba and so approximately 1 billion. They say you hu baby a problem no ye bibia ye kraba bibia ye kraba anyone mu ya beyond and some makani nyina no dia pa na ban edi gu kwamu ni wani mu ya se be at least fuel no enko biom nka ho na dollar na at least say ma fom kra no a enyina ona afa nipa ho ha na kakra we are waiting to ask me twato asoso.
I'm just on my phone, so I'm just reading some news article. I said the Fed hikes U.S. interest rates to fresh 14-year high. You see, America for mass page interest rate in mobile by 0.75%, and they are this is the highest since 14 years. America. So America say, emotional. Normal boy had no more musika, no mass page. You say, my page no. America ni bi and I say foreign be no investment e wa bi bremu ha bia no office of the kwato America obenya nsi hu e wosoro and na hono nso no sabe sika da America dey at say na da heaven so dem mentionase e dey adakru bia ma wo wi kase bia osika no so ja ban abanti e se nti bonse no mo so ahase atwetwe musika no every emerging economies near bi bremu ha no mo sa de kwa America get na America ban yes one person mo control inflation. They also need money. So the measures in the America by increase interest rates in the high say at the end of the year or bubble free amount for citizens in all. So the measures and this is happening to Americans. The end they are almost to take his step now. A best American dollar not strengthen against it to say because America for taking this step and then if you are check on dollar not strengthen now. Oh, sikano na ho dey confirm all right but because America dollar na strength na nya effect e wo sikano so say yesikano so free Ghana ha obi ani bio I just say Ghana for nko America dollar so dey deal bia these are some of the situation. That is why I'm telling you sir obi a obe downplay this global economic crisis no now the yaman yosem keke. Okay, American has increased their interest rate to all-year high 14 years high. Okay, 14 years high. It's not a joke. And he said, Obi Tanasana because of Amanya Semti or Kasi, oh, na President Kufuor are buying a year, you say, yeah, na Kaka. Yes, of course, people are feeling the pain under this government, which we all accept. But the circumstances and the situations are different. And if America is going through this, you see, if crocodiles eat their own eggs,
what do they not do?
Exactly.
Okay. To the flesh of a frog.
Exactly. This is what when we are seeing in our come. It's not a Ghanaian problem. So, but to say the Ekano, Nikwasi yasu yakasi Transdania. I say so. Yetutu ya normal ye senebeya. Omonso di anunsun so they bias no. Enkoye bebre because the moment ene omasan a high key or interest rate no. You can be rest assured it is going to have effect even on the pound. Okay, it is going to have effect on so many things. And foreign investment portfolios of Mohodu in our country and other countries. Fly to quality. Or you know what they call, then it has effect on you. And this is what the world is going through. It's a turbulent period. At the same time, I used to more number pronounce as watching buffer. Upon another one, so young Casamusi. Some of the mentioners. And this is what is happening. But I mean, we'll get over it. And see. You know, I say a Becoswana, a bar bench, them not the air and Timaya. Now can be far fan wo. Fan wo bonny dear. I am Sembebre. Now, send your walkano. Young Coswa so say your bomb pie say, by beer, your toy a fan wo free no. Omunya problem. Because you see, I'm an oka say. Who's that golf area honoso? Problem brain yancy ho. Problem also in China or Masha see a cocontokwa. And I say, yeah, the bomba because bomb oil tanker be over BCC na and also ya creative problems. So say world market price in the crowd I say a year stabilize kakra. The way are now a see cost no. I'm say say a drop it kakra. Paya ye bonyina ni say young conco drew the beer because se fan will cry nyebi. Sort of mention I say na ye be nyebi. Ne mum ne bono so no. External factors no one the pricing effect the prices are yet or pampas also na use your domestic factors to say be a exchange rate na depreciating and incredible but nyina go into the price build up but as I see who send exchange rate market no calm kakra eba no na analyst crowd project say because so a fall on say about be do at 13 cedis to the dollar or so. We are hoping it to continue to slump. Pricing of fuel prices, pricing windows, there's some certainty there. Sometimes, craft and wobano. I know what I say, ton of bois, about ton of bois, about some ton of chana, betono. But when who money said there's some stability in the exchange rate market going forward. Now, more used to forward price anyway, a factor into their pricing. There's also women are more profiting from the system. And you're gonna America, you say, can be greed inflation. One more or more shedder, no more peja a bone. When I'm Panama with TV3, somebody was telling me, say, one of the oil marketing companies, or turn a diesel or something for $16. Obidia $18. Even also there $23. I didn't know say it in Basa. Until we share the price differential now, too huge. I didn't know say there should be 5 cedi difference in terms of sending your own and I was a ton of petrol and sending a mention with ton with petrol. But because I had deregulated market and a free market, Obia ewo sending a was a ton and now how can you say they open now what? But I think it is better. Say omunyi na anso ye Ghana for be hu say e Ghana for ne ye ton ade na amount is ye ton 17 e be because ba bia okokoto de no a ton 23 ne sa ho na na obi so koto de a ton 16 is 17 tell it say wo de no ye 20 something na me de ye 17 ni nyina anso ye be ka che ye wofanom ne ye wonum a sika bom nsem a mokoto petrol no ba be ton ma yo ha ne say omo so en consider Ghana for ne ye hu ne say enye say ye pemfa so be brainti. I'm not saying if I'm right or wrong, but this is how I see it. Not a bit me close sa gap no. Na magana for so how mo. But send the president can no. I lay down some energy sector reforms to be we be on more babe there by cushion the pricing of the fuel. And I am making sure so say you be cheaper fuel the Ghana. Na Ghana for so what all.
Asem ni nyina wie ye ne say sro Erade wo Nyankopon Nedi na shedie so we any nipa nyina asede Dr. Gideon Boakon enwumre medawase
enso medas
Dr. Gideon Boakon ena enwumre me ne no etwetwe enkomo no we economic advisor to the Vice President Republic of Ghana and also spokesperson for the Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Bedemoisi Patricia Sefafisha Elizabeth Jean, Prince Balfour Asamoah, Samuel Apia, and a man Sadat. Omune Shishe, na medi hu chiame, ya frame na na ya okesi, bet me a frame the cardinal. Me de radiasum due, eja munyina. Akram.